I'm going to tell you now. Don't worry.
All right, Saf, I'll tell you what you've missed. We basically all picked our five-a-side Argentinian team now, yeah? All of us had Messi in there, except for this one person. And guess what? Guess what his reason was? His mentality isn't good enough. But he's picked a guy that's done good on just basically goals and stuff. What's his name, did you say?
Mario Kempes.
Exactly. So you put him in over Leo Messi.
Bro,
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, this guy didn't mention Marcus Rojo in every single position, bro. Bro.
Right, so let me can I just justify? So my Saf, you want to hear? So I'm just gonna say what my team was. So Sergio Ramos in goal, Javier Zanetti, Mario Kempes.
Sergio Ramos in goal.
Ramos in goal.
This is like killing it.
Please.
Second time.
All right, let me go. Okay, take two. So Saf, you are here. So my team is Sergio Romero, Javier Zanetti, Mario Kempes, Gabriel Batistuta, and Diego Maradona, of course. So the reason why Messi couldn't be in my team, I mean, if you look at my attacking front three, so we've got Mario Kempes, Gabriel Batistuta, Diego Maradona. So these guys, absolute legend. Mario Kempes, the guy you said nobody knows about. He's actually regarded as one of the greatest of all time. He is a legend. What he's done in the game as well. So for me, he's won a World Cup in a playing football back in the day is tough. So for him to win the Golden Ball, Golden Boot, World Cup, and a Ballon d'Or. For me, he gets in there above Messi. He's done it for his country as well. Messi hasn't. He's flopped for his country. So I would rather have these, Gabriel Batistuta and Mario Kempes over Lionel Messi. It's just the simple. I think it's pretty straightforward, to be honest.
That's fine, yeah. All right, I see where you're coming from. Let's put it this way now, yeah. We can name so many players who have won a World Cup. Yeah, and then we can name so many good players that haven't. Yeah. So you're trying to say if you've won a World Cup, that automatically puts you above a player that hasn't?
I don't think automatically, but for me, there's that, which is a big plus. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you'd be 100% right. I mean, there's been some players that are laughable that have won a World Cup, but for me, that's still a big factor. And also reading upon him, as I already said, I didn't know much about him, but reading upon him, I just feel like his mentality is a lot stronger than the current number 10 for Argentina, which is why, for me, he gets in above Messi. The mentality is just, for me, I'm big on mentality. Like if I'm building a team, your mentality has got to be number one.
But this is the greatest Argentinian player of all time, and he's not in your team. I don't understand why. I'm a massive Ronaldo fan.
I don't even think he's the greatest Argentinian player of all time. He's definitely not the greatest. It's Diego Maradona. It's Diego Maradona. He's the greatest of all time. Okay. How can you regard someone who's not won a World Cup and someone who's won a World Cup over the guy that's won a World Cup? How can you regard him as the greatest Argentinian player? He's not won a World Cup.
Should we just go and say someone like bloody Olivier Giroud is better than Cristiano Ronaldo because he's won a World Cup? You don't even know what you're saying.
We're talking countries. Yeah, we're talking about country by country. So you're talking about France and Argentina. If we're saying the greatest Argentinian player of all time, you're saying Messi is a greater player than Diego Maradona. Let me. Can I get my point across? Then I'll let you speak. So you're regarding Lionel Messi a greater player than Diego Maradona. For me, Diego Maradona, first of all, his mentality is far beyond Lionel Messi. Far beyond Lionel Messi. Far beyond, it's not even, you can't even compare them. I mean, Maradona said it himself, like, Lionel Messi does not have a personality. He doesn't have the personality. So that was a big win first, in my opinion. Diego Maradona has won a World Cup for his country. He's more than carried his country, right, to a World Cup. That's just there's no arguments in this. There's no debate in this for me.
This is where you're going wrong, because what you're saying now is you're saying we're talking about the greatest Argentinian player, yeah? But the way you're talking is like we're talking about who is the greatest Argentinian winner of all time. We're talking about on the pitch, on the ball. Don't get me wrong, they're both very similar players, but for me, it has to be Leo Messi. The two greatest players of all time are Cristiano Ronaldo and Leo Messi. Ronaldo is number one and Messi is second.
So
No,
you're saying on the ball.
I'm talking about overall players. Them two are
Okay.
the best, the greatest of all time.
Okay. So even on the ball, right? Maradona is a better player technically.
No, he's not. No,
He
he's
is.
not.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you what I think. Why? Then you can counter me. Okay. One thing Hamza said was, like, you could foul back in the day. You could literally foul. You could foul someone 20 times and not get carded. So that was Maradona playing in that time. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Not getting carded.
Let me tell my point.
Is a foul? Yes or no? The player's still gonna go down on the floor. So
yeah, but it's a lot more aggressive back then, which is trying to say. It was a lot more aggressive back then, which is what I'm trying, and you know it is, okay? So he was, beating up players back in the day with his skill. And for me, it was so much more tougher to play the way he did back then, and he bossed it. Lionel Messi he's a great player. His ability is a generational talent. I mean, on the ball, for me, technically, as in skill-wise, he's better than Cristiano Ronaldo skill-wise, in my opinion. Although I still believe that Cristiano Ronaldo is far the greatest player of one time. But anyway, skill-wise, Diego Maradona was a better player on the pitch for me as well. I mean, he showed it. You could see it, what he was doing on the pitch. What he did on the pitch, for me, is better than what Messi is doing right now. So, for me,
I disagree.
What is Messi doing right
off the pitch, on the pitch, skill-wise, he's just a better player.
We were just talking about
what's
this
lacking.
is your problem. You're saying greatest player. Sorry to interrupt. You're saying greatest player, but then you keep talking about personality of the pitch, what he should do on his friend's house.
If you're saying
I am just talking about on the pitch.
Player of all time, it's not just about on the pitch.
No, then you'll say the greatest person of all time to have played football. That's what you would have said. We are talking about playing on the pitch. Yeah. Messi is by far way more, or not way more, but he is more gifted than Maradona. You know why?
I've just said I don't think so with that front either.
That's fine. Let me be honest here. How many years was Maradona at the top doing it for? The goals he used to score that you're saying Messi scored as well. How many years? Because for me, Leo Messi's almost coming to a decade he's been doing it. I mean, sorry, not a decade. Just,
you know what? On that front, you're right. Messi has been doing it in this era for a lot longer.
But to say all time, you have to have dominated for at least a decade. But so someone can come and dominate for one season and they can be classed the greatest of all time. No, but I'm giving you an example.
No, you know that's a fair point, Raheel. That's a fair point, 100%. But what I would say to that is, the impact he's made in a shorter time is far greater. It's far greater than what Messi's done. It's far greater. What he done at Napoli, won a World Cup. Like, I don't understand why this is even a debate. He's won a World Cup.
But then we're going to come back to the point I made before. So many great players. The player you're saying that's the greatest of all time, which I agree to, hasn't won a World Cup. So shall we not call him the greatest of all time? Because he hasn't won a World Cup.
It's a fair point. But for me, in my opinion, when you just add everything together, for me, in my opinion, there's no debate.
Yeah, but you're adding what you've been told in a Netflix TV series. I'm just talking about on the pitch.
That's not true.
For a longer period of time.
I've done much more research than just Netflix.
No, shall I be honest with you? It happens to me as well. When you watch something, and you recently watched it as well, that's always going to be fresh in your mind. Yeah, you're always going to think, No, but when people will start appreciating how good, nobody yet to this day that knows about football actually know how good Leo Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo are. The day they don't play football,
I understand.
Everybody will know. No, you don't understand.
I do understand.
You didn't live through Maradona. All right, it's different. Don't get me wrong. We've seen what he did. He won a World Cup, blah, blah, blah. Don't get me wrong. No disrespect. We've seen all of that, obviously, by watching videos. But Messi, we have seen do it. When Messi started, how old were you, Arif? This is going back. This is going back 14 years ago. How old were you? 14 years ago?
14 years ago, probably like 12, 13.
There you go. Then how old are you now? This is how long this guy's been doing. We've grown up seeing this guy dominate football alongside Cristiano Ronaldo, and that's why for me, I have to regard him as better than Maradona. Purely because I've seen him do it for so long as well.
You know what?
And you're only going to realize it once he's not playing football anymore.
You know what? You might be right, and look, you make some fair points. But for me, looking at what's in front of me right now, everything added together, I don't think if you're talking about the greatest Argentinian of all time, what he's done off the pitch, on the pitch, his accolades, he's won a World Cup, and his skill, for me, Diego Maradona is the greatest Argentinian of all time. Cristiano Ronaldo is the greatest footballer of all time. I think we'll just agree to disagree with that one.
This guy comes on the show and he wouldn't include Messi in his 5-side. It's a joke.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with having an opinion. Do you know what I mean?